Welcome to episode 21 of Life Without Cravings. Christmas is almost here and we all know what that means. There will be an insane amount of foods on offer and probably chocolates of all sorts of shapes and variations and flavors. And it's also the time of the year when most people are going to resign to the fuck it, I'll just deal with that next year attitude. And if you don't want to do that, you probably want to listen to what I have to say today. So if you would like to prefer to celebrate Christmas and just not stress about the food, I have 5 things for you that you can put in place to make this happen. So I'm going to make it pretty short today. I'm going to go straight into the 5 things because I know that you're busy and hopefully you will get it done. So the first thing that I would recommend that you do is that you make sure that you have a very strong reason for why you want to not go on a binge this Christmas. What is the reason that you don't want to do that? And include New Year in that as well. If you're not clear on why you want to manage your diet during this period of time, you're not going to have any motivation to do it, and you're most likely going to fail. So make sure that you have that reason. And the second thing that I want to mention is that we often underestimate the importance of having a plan. I would like for you to just make a plan, and the more detailed that plan is, the easier it will be for you to follow it. It is not important to make a plan where there are no carbs or no chocolate, no alcohol, or anything else that you want to eat that you think that you shouldn't be eating. That is not the important part of the plan. Unless that is what you truly want, and unless you think that that is a reasonable and realistic plan to make. Because the last thing we want to do is not following the plan. Okay? So we want to make a plan so that we can just relax about what we're doing on this occasion when we are maybe with other people, when there are foods around us, maybe foods that we normally wouldn't want to eat. And we know exactly what we're going to do. So we don't have to sit there and just think about the food and whether we should have it or not. And then we're actually missing out on the opportunity to enjoy the occasion, which is probably why we're doing it in the first place. So if you want to feel as you are in control and you are in alignment with what it is that you truly want, and you want to feel good about it, make sure that you have a plan that you can follow. So when you follow this plan, no matter what the plan is, by the way, you will know that you are in control, and that will automatically help you to just calm down in the situation, and you will automatically feel better about it. As simple as that. And number 3, commit to follow the plan. You might think that this is where it usually goes wrong. I always commit and then I fail. And that is the case for a lot of people. And I've done that. I used to make plans all the time and I used to fail them before the evening was up every day. So yeah, we do make a lot of plans that we don't follow through on. But the problem with our plans is often that we are making plans which are completely unachievable. So when you do make a plan, when you sit down and you think about what you actually want to do, make sure that it's a plan that you can stick to and that you can commit to and successfully follow. Make it realistic, because there's no point in making a plan that you already know that you're going to fail. Make it as realistic and close to what you want to do with your eating as possible, and you're going to have a winning concept. And number 4, please do not forget this one. Number 4 is to expect and accept that you're going to feel uncomfortable. So the reason that we eat when we have cravings is because we don't want to feel those cravings. We want them to go away. And cravings are feelings or emotions, and they feel uncomfortable to us. You're going to have to feel that. There is no way around it. So when you go into this, just knowing that it's not going to feel great and then that is okay, you will be able to relax about it. Like, we're going in, it's Christmas, I know I'm going to feel uncomfortable because I know I'm going to have cravings, and I'm going to be okay with having those cravings. They are not going to derail me. I know that this is going to happen. I'm not going to be surprised by it. I'm not going to start arguing with it. I'm not going to try to get them to go away. I'm just going to know that they're going to turn up. And I'm going to be okay with them being there. And I'm going to be okay with me feeling uncomfortable. It is when you are fighting those cravings and you think that they shouldn't be there because you had a plan. You hadn't planned for the cravings, but they shouldn't be there. That's when you will be suffering the most. And that's when all that tension is going to build up inside of you, which is very likely to get you. And eventually you will just end up binging anyway, because that pressure is just going to build and build and build until you're ready to explode. That's never a good way of handling it. And number 5, do not give up. No matter what happens, keep going. Even if you planned on not having, or let's say you planned to have 1 glass of wine and you ended up having 2. That doesn't mean that you have to give up on your plan altogether. It just means that you had twice the amount of wine that you had planned on having. And this also means that this is an excellent learning opportunity for you to have a look at, why did you have 2 glasses of wine? Like, what happened there? Learn from it and keep that in mind for the future. And then just continue with following the rest of the plan that the way that you had planned it. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's when we are catastrophizing and think that since I already failed, like, what's the point of keep following my plan? I might as well just go and eat all the chocolates and all the carbs that I can find. That's when we fail, because then we're not even trying anymore. We're just like, okay, if I did something wrong, so give up. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Like, you deserve a lot better than that. Just look at your own humanness. There is a reason for why you made this little mistake. And I say little because it's not a huge mistake. Even though your brain will want you to think that it was. So can you just have a little bit of compassion for yourself and your humanness at the same time as you have the courage to actually look at what happened and then learn from it? A lot of the time we don't want to look at it because then we think that we're going to beat ourselves up and we're going to tell ourselves how useless we are. Don't do that. Just look at it from a very compassionate place and say, hey, okay, what actually happened? Why did I want another glass of wine? Why did that happen? Figure that out. Store that information so that you know that the next time, so you're not making the same mistake again. That way we're learning from our experiences, and you can also take that with you, and you are a lot more likely to succeed next time. So can you have that compassion for yourself? Please do. At least try doing it. The first times might feel a little bit awkward, and because you're so used to just telling yourself that you can't do this, you're not good at this, you can never follow through, whatever it is. But we don't want to do that. But if you can learn from it, you can live your life the way that you want to live it in the future. Not right now, but this is what's going to help you the most long term. So you just need to remember that this is a skill. It's a skill that you need to practice, and it's never going to be perfect the first time you do it. No matter how much you wish it. You can wish that it was perfect and that you should be doing it perfectly or whatever. It's a skill and you haven't learned it yet. It's going to happen. So, in short, start with finding out your big reason. Dig deep, find your big reason for why you want to eat this way. And then, number 2, make a realistic plan that you feel good about. A plan that you think that you can follow. And number 3, commit to the plan. Number 4, expect and accept that you are going to have cravings and that they will feel very uncomfortable. And welcome them. And number 5, do not give up, even if you make a mistake. Do never stop. Mistakes happen, we can still follow through with the rest of the plan. The plan doesn't have to go according to plan 100%. If we do it 98% right, we are having a 98% win. So it's not for nothing. And if you want help learning how to do this without pulling all your hair out, and you want to connect with other people who are also doing the same thing, and who are actually working on this right now, you can go and check out the group Quitting for the Last Time at pimjansson.com/group, because we have an active group going right now. And everyone in that group, they're working on managing their minds around the cravings, reprogramming their brains, and just becoming bulletproof in all situations. And we have people in there at all different stages of this process. So there's always a lot to learn from other people as well. And it's happening right now, and we are going to go through Christmas, New Year's, celebrations, all of that, and we're going to feel awesome about it. We're not going to beat ourselves up, and we are going to do what we think is realistic for us. And that's what I want you to do as well, because what it actually ultimately boils down to is you feeling good. Maybe you don't feel ideal when you're eating carbs, but right now you might want to eat some carbs while you are work in progress, because you want to feel good. You want to enjoy the holidays, and there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that I would say is something wrong with is when you give up and you just like, I'm just going to resign, even though I haven't even tried it. Please don't do that. As I said, you deserve a lot better, and you can do it. There are ways of doing it. Lots of people are doing it every day. All you have to do, follow the 5 steps, make sure that you have them in place, that you have a good reason, that you have thought everything through. And if you're so inclined, please share your plan with us in the comments, and just check back in when you're actually after Christmas and let us know how you did. I'll see you next week. Bye!